Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. I'm coming to you with another haul video. I wanted to do one on Wednesday. I was like, oh, I'll do one every Wednesday, but honestly, I did not have enough stuff to do one, and I knew I was going to a church sale this morning, and actually, that did not work out. Normally, I try to avoid things where I think there's going to be a large crowd, and it opened at 8 o'clock in the morning. I went at 10. I thought the crowd would have been a little bit less, and it was insane. It was literally, and I don't know what kind of advertising they did this year, but it was absolutely crazy. I couldn't find a parking spot. Eventually I did. And I almost debated, should I even go in? I'm like, just go ahead, just go in. And what I did is I quickly went around because you could not move. Like if you stood still to look at something, they had the tables too close to each other. So if anybody needed to get down the aisle, they're like, oh, excuse me. So you're constantly getting bumped. There's someone on either side of you. And it was pretty bad. So, I went around, I think I was there 10 minutes and I'm like standing in one of the aisles, like the main aisle that leads to the doors. And I'm like looking back and forth. I'm like, oh, should I just go? Because like, I'm just not comfortable. I can't focus. And then I look up, and as soon as I look up, there's this huge camera like facing me, like this giant news crew camera. The news crew's behind it. I don't know if it was on, but honestly at that point I didn't care, and I'm just like, that was the sign for me to go. I just left because they're going to be interviewing people, and I thought, you know what, I, this is just not for me. So I went to the car, I got in, I was going to go home, but I was already in the buying mode. Like I really wanted to buy something or buy things, and so I thought, you know what, I'll just go to the Salvation Army. I normally don't go on Fridays, but I figure, what the heck, I'm out anyway. It's only 2 miles from my house, so I drove down, and it was great. I was so glad that I went. So see, by going to this thing I wasn't really comfortable with and not knowing what was going to happen when I went there, what actually happened was something really great happened because of that. So sometimes it's good just to take action, no matter what that leads to. But also another thing is, if you're not comfortable with something, how can I phrase this? If you haven't tried something before and it's outside of what you believe to be your comfort zone, definitely step out probably a few times and go do that thing. So basically, if I never did a flea market, and say I hated flea markets, say I hated crowds, which I kind of do. So say I hated it, it was a really busy flea market, I would probably go a few times before I made the complete judgment call that I really don't want this to be part of my regular routine. Now, don't get me wrong, like if I think something's going to be really good, I will definitely step out and go do it, but I don't want it to be part of my regular routine where I become kind of unhappy like with doing it. So if I was getting up every weekend early in the morning, I'm a night person, so I do not want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. If I had to do that and hit the yard sales, that really probably I would not look forward to the weekend if that was the case, if I was doing that. And that's just me. If you like doing that stuff, that's great. Then it means it should be part of your routine. If you enjoy that, that's your thing. But if it's not, just understand it doesn't have to be. If you want to do this, if you want to be a reseller, there's so many avenues you can take, not only in your product, but also in your routine. So for me, it's definitely going to the thrift stores. I will go when it's crazy sale day, 50 cents, but it's not part of my regular routine because I am happiest going on off times when it's not too busy. So that's something to keep in mind. Step outside of your comfort zone, try something, then you can decide you'll never do it again. But definitely try it first. Okay. I do have a bunch of stuff to show you. I'll show you the Etsy stuff first. It's just a little bit. Right here, this is I think you pronounce it Mateus. It's like a vintage Mateus bottle, which is a vintage alcohol bottle. You'll see them and they'll have the labels on them, and if you see them and they have the labels on them, they are worth more money than if they're stripped down like this. That's what it looked like to me anyway. And they look like they were asking about $20 a bottle if it still had the label on it. And also, if You do find with the label there is a connection with Jimi Hendrix. I don't know if you can use that, but I think you can. Well, you definitely can on Etsy. I don't think they'll have a problem with it. But there's like a famous poster where he's drinking Matisse like this, you know. So people, I noticed people were making that connection with these bottles. But I paid $1. I have two of them, so I paid $1 each. And I'm going to ask, I'm going to try for $25 at first. Now this was kind of interesting because I just sold this. You know, it's like one of those items like, wow, it's so unique and one of a kind. And look, here's another one. Like, it was so weird that I found it again. Because I literally, this was in a haul video recently. I put it on Etsy. It sold very, very quickly on Etsy, I think within a couple of days. And then I just went to Salvation today, and there it was again. So I only paid $1 at the church sale for this, and it sold for $20. This was $4, so I'd still be happy with $20. So hopefully it will sell again for $20. The cards I will throw out. They are not the original cards. But that's okay because the other one I sold didn't have any cards either. So there you go. If you see this little guy and you're on Etsy, I don't know how it does on eBay. It does okay. It does around 20. Okay, this is a trivet. Is it brass? I don't know. I think it just might be brass colored. I have to look it up. But it also can be like a wall hanging. So it's a pig. And I just thought it was cute. I thought somebody's going to want it. And it was, what was it? It was $3. And I'm going to ask, I think, around $15 for this on Etsy. That's all I have for Etsy. That's it. Okay. This is what I picked up during the week. And the last bit is what I picked up today. This is, it's Crocs. I never saw Crocs that look like this, but, and it's a size 11, so it's a nice big size woman's sandal. And it was only $3, so I'm thinking around 20. I have to look it up. I never saw a pair like this, but I'm thinking around 20 for that. This is, that's the bottom, and it's Victoria's Secret. And there's the tag. It's too light. This is, it's just a pajama set, satin. And I think I'm going to ask like $20 for this. Okay, this was, I never saw this before. I remember being at the was Salvation? No, it was Goodwill. And it was terrible. It was like one of those days I couldn't find anything. But it's funny, if you spend a little time in those days when you can't find anything, you actually learn more because you wind up looking up things because you're so desperate to buy something that I learn more on those days than I do when there's just great items. So this is it's called Head, and this is like a jacket from the 80s. Now it's not great on the color. It's got this on the sleeve. It's not great. And this is sad because this is actually purple. Very, 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 very purple, and it's coming up blue. And I know when I take pictures, the same exact thing is going to happen. And it's almost why I didn't pick this up, because I hate when that happens. And then you got to explain it and give a color block. And but anyway, hopefully this will sell anyway. What I noticed is the crazier this is, the better it sells. Like most things. So if you find Head, like an 80s jacket like this or coat, and it's just like crazy, it gets good money. Look this up because they get really nice money online. Okay, this, yeah, I want to tell you about this too. This is a cycling shirt. This is the back of it. See, it's got the pockets like this. And usually there's like advertising on it, like this one. And this is from Fat Tire. Can you see that? Yeah. Even New Belgium Brewing Company. I've done well with these. I have sold 2 so far. All my shirts cost like $3.50 around, and I sold the first one for $15, and I sold another one for $25. And it looks like this gets about $25, and this is a 2XL, and none of them were 2XL when I looked it up. So maybe I'll get closer to 30, possibly. But still, for $3.50, that's great. Even if I got 20, I mean, that's still great. 15 is still fine. Okay. This is, oops, oh, I just threw the clothes onto the ground. They're all falling apart. Okay, this is a like Roebuck's, yep, isn't it? Yeah, Roebuck and Company, like Sears and Roebuck. I've sold these shirts before, but this is new at tags. So this was $6. So it's like a flannel shirt, new at tags. I don't know if I can call that a Western pocket. It's a little pointy, but I don't know if I can say Western. But it's a pearl snap. So it's got a lot of things going for it. It's $6. I think I can get 25. I'm going to go with like 25. It shouldn't be bad. I've had luck with this, so hopefully it's going to stay on target. This is great. I wanted to show you this because this was so interesting. This was, again, this was on the day when they had nothing, so I really learned a lot on that day. I was looking at the women's shorts, but this is a pair of men's shorts. And then I saw this, and at first I was like, is that the mud flap girl from the trucks? That's what I thought at first. And I'm thinking, why is that on a pair of shorts? But it's not. It's like two people back to back. It looks like they're thinking or something. And then I looked at the tag, and it says Kappa Gava Official Pro Equipment. And there's the tag. So, of course, that had enough information. Like, I really wanted to look that up. So I did, and this exact pair of shorts sold for $50-something. And I was like, why? I have no idea why. I've never heard of it before. I don't know if that was a fluke, but the other shorts that were different colors than this, but the same exact type of short, was out for approximately around $50 as well. So I'm assuming that's kind of what it goes for. So keep your eye out for, I mean, you can't quite miss, you really can't miss that. Keep your eye out for that. Okay, this is an Adidas. I don't know what this would be called. It's not really a sweatshirt. It's really weird. It's kind of like, it's got like, see how the sleeves are attached really low on the body? I don't know if you can see that. Go back up. The sleeves attached really low on the body. That's like a bat wing. It like droops down like this. If you have that, you can use that as a keyword. Put bat wing in the title. A lot of times with 80s sweaters, you'll find it like that. Put that in the title. I mean, that's definitely going to help you out. This is not vintage, but still, I mean, it's a very pretty color. Is the color coming out right? Yeah, pretty much. So you have this on the front. So more keywords for this. This design right here, that's called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, trefoil, Trefoil. And the Adidas right there, you want to put spell out. So like if someone is looking, they want Adidas prominent on their shirt, or they want spelled out so everyone knows they're wearing Adidas, they might put spell out as a keyword. So you can use spell out, trefoil, and batwing. And this actually, the interior of this is a very, very fine fleece too. This is really cool. Fortunately, it was in the sweater section, but the woman only charged me for a shirt. So I only paid $3.50 for this. And I think the worst I'm going to do is $20, but hopefully I'll get a little bit more. We'll see. Okay, this is just a basic Ralph Lauren shirt. Yeah, you definitely want to look for the pony. And it's a 15.5. And it's just very clean. I wouldn't pick these up if they have any flaws. They're not that great. Like, I should get like 15 to 20 for this. They're not that great that you can pick it up with flaws and get past them. So if they're super clean, pick up these shirts. Okay, this is a pair of dress pants. They are brown. They are from Pronto Uomo, which isn't like, I wouldn't really go looking for this used. You can look it up, because I did sell a blazer that wasn't too bad. I think I sold it for $25 or something, $25 or $30. But it's not super great. But this was new tags, so I'm thinking minimum I'll get is $30 for this. So this should be pretty good, and this only cost me $4.50. Okay, this was a brand I just learned about. This is silver. So I just learned about that, and Good thing I did, because I don't think I would have looked this up if I saw it. It's a pair of capris. So even being capris and women's, which is always a lesser value, they still seem to be getting $20 plus shipping. So I'm hoping to get that for these. Okay, this is a pair of Levi's 505s. They are vintage. They are, it's got like that paper tag in there. It's made in Mexico. It's not made in the United States, but I still think they're vintage. And they have, I don't know if this increases the value, decreases the value, whatever. I'm going to have to look it up. But it's got the, instead of the red tag right here, it's orange. I'm not sure exactly what that means, that it's orange, but I'll look it up. No matter what, these Levi's, I'm thinking should get about $25. And when you find these, if they have wear, if they're like kind of distressed looking without being ruined, that doesn't seem to really affect them negatively that much. I think people like that distressed look in the Levi's. Okay, this is a Polo Ralph Lauren rugby shirt. Look for the pony. When you get the rugby shirts, often this collar is light. Definitely flip it up and take a good look that this isn't all discolored, because you can find that in dress shirts where this is discolored, but I think people like wear this like out more casually and maybe walking around outside and where they're sweating more, because I notice like a lot of these, this will be discolored. If it is discolored, the best thing I've used is the Folex carpet cleaner. It's non-toxic, it doesn't stink, it doesn't smell, and it works really well. And I usually spray the collars and I just throw it in the laundry, let it sit at least overnight and wash it. I wouldn't say it works every single time, but it is the best by far of all the stain removers that are supposed to be for laundry. That is the best by far. That has worked for me. This I paid $4.50 for, and I think it will get like $20 or so. This is, this brand became a little bit more of a hit and a miss. This used to be more of a hit, but it's Territory Ahead. And the reason I picked this up is, see this design? You want to use the word, I think it's Southwestern. I think that's what I used. I looked it up with that keyword, and this exact shirt came up. And it's sold for $30 plus shipping. So I'm hoping, this cost me $6. So I'm hoping it will get between $25 and $30. And I think it's a good size. Yeah, it's a large. It's kind of a good size. Okay, this is just another pair of jeans. It's men's jeans. And it is Denim and Supply by Ralph Lauren. I like the tag. So when I create the auction, I'm definitely going to do a close-up of this tag. So I'll do a close-up of the back, do a close-up of the tag. So if it has any like things like this, even this little thing in the front with a little flag in the corner, that's only a plus. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll kind of assume that people know what they're buying, but maybe they don't. So you want to show them all the little things that are on the jeans that kind of make them special. So hopefully they'll buy them. But these, I think I'm going to try for $25 for these. Okay, this is another Adidas shirt. I'm not sure what it's for. Golf or tennis, or the whole back is like a vent. It's like a mesh see-through, so it's very, very, very breathable. And just in case you don't know, a lot like Adidas will do it, but a lot of the companies do it where on the inside, like Tommy Hilfiger I think does it. The date could be like when you go to the material tag down here, like so you have that tag. There's little tags next to it, and sometimes the little tags have the date, the year it was made, the month and year sometimes. So you want to take a look at that tag because it'll give you a better idea when it was from. This was only $3, so I'm hoping like between $15 and $20 for this shirt. This was really cool. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren tie. It's equestrian jockey, but it is see, that's pretty cool. It's a nice tie, but it's wool. I was like, wow, that's really strange. It's wool. There are other wool ties. Some of them have horses on them. I couldn't find this tie, so most likely I am going to pick a price that I'm happy with. Like, I'd be happy if I got it, and I'm going to put it on an auction first to see, what other people think it's worth. And two, even though I got it at Goodwill that has this tiny little tag that doesn't ruin everything, it was obviously sold at Salvation first, so it does have the 2 holes from the staple gun they used, and then it has this little tag. So somebody bought it from Salvation and re-donated it to Goodwill. Then what I got was another Vineyards Vine tie, and this is the second one I found really close together, so hopefully more of these is coming to this area. And there's the pattern, Golfers. So that's a good pattern. I don't know what they get. I never sold a Vineyards Vine tie, so I'm thinking 20 and up, considering it's so popular. I just sold a polo. I don't think I even had it on a day. It was like everybody wanted this polo. I was getting offers, and then finally, when I refused a couple of offers, someone just came in and bought it. So it was just, I wish I could find more of that. Okay, oops. All right, and this is another tie. This is I didn't even look this up, so I don't really know what it's going to get, but that's a pretty cool pattern, I thought. And it's vintage Tommy Hilfiger. So between the pattern and it being vintage, and it was $3, I don't think I'm going to get less than 10. So hopefully I don't get less than 10, but we'll find out in a sales update video. All right, I got a bunch of blazers, and okay, these are from today. The ties were from today, and the blazers are from today. Okay, this says Hart, Schaffner, and Marks. That doesn't mean, that's not why I got it. I got it because it was camel hair. I just sold a camel hair blazer on Etsy, and it was ugly. It was the color of a camel, and it just wasn't pretty. But it was a big size. It was like 54. So I was waiting. I've seen other camel hair jackets, but I was waiting to see if that one actually would sell. And I paid $3.50 for that, and it sold for, I think, around $30 plus shipping. This was only, it was half off, so this was only $3. Ooh, you see that? Yeah. This was only $3.50. Much nicer color. Not quite as big, but much nicer color. It's got the plaid. It's dark. It's not, camel colored, which is so I'm hoping that this will get like $30 or $40 for this. I picked up another one before the first one sold, but the first one's getting so much attention, I didn't feel uncomfortable picking up another one. I paid, whoa, I think it fell off, but it was $7. It's Donegal tweed, and it's vintage, and this is herringbone. I don't know if you can see. It's actually kind of a green color. It's like a greenish gray color. The first one I picked up, I didn't really look up, and what I noticed was it felt like quality. Sometimes you feel things and you're like, oh, it just feels like it's a quality jacket. And then I looked at the back, and what made me buy the other one is, I forgot who said it. Somebody on a video said if it has 2 vents in the back, those are usually higher quality jackets. So the other one I have listed, I have it out pretty high. I think I have $60 or $70, and it's gotten a lot of attention. Like, usually things like this are long tails, so don't worry about that. I more look to see if are people interested in it, and the answer to that one was yes. So I definitely felt comfortable picking up this sports coat for that reason. So we'll see how this does. I'm hoping around $40, minimum $40, hopefully higher. Okay, this is, okay, this is just a blue blazer with gold buttons, and it is Polo University Club by Ralph Lauren. And it's in great condition. Anytime you get those dark blazers with the gold buttons, I think they go pretty well. So this I paid $10 for, and I'm okay with paying $10 for this because you got Ralph Lauren, you got the gold buttons, the dark, blazer. I'm thinking it should get like $40 or $50. I don't know if it's vintage. It says made in the USA, so maybe it is. I have to do more research with this, but this should go minimum $40. Now here's almost the exact same thing, except it's a different brand. So it's a better brand. Same thing, gold buttons, bigger. I forgot the size, but it's really a big blazer. Let's see. There you go. There's the gold buttons, and see, Salvation. They just didn't think one staple was enough. They decided just for to make it look special, they stuck another staple in there. So I'm hoping that didn't hurt it because it's Burberry. So I'm hoping that didn't leave too much of a mark. Now, what is this? I never had a Burberry blazer like this. I have another one, and I haven't put it on yet. But it's not like this. I think this is better, the dark color with the gold buttons. The other one I have is a light color. I think it's older. I think this one will do much better, but I'm not sure what they get. So I think when you're dealing with something like this, it's just like 50 and up, and I just have to look. So if you see them and they're full price, or they're 10, or they're 12, or they're $15, they're still great. So I would pick it up for that price too. Okay, this was thrown in there. This is just a pair of Izod shorts. I only picked them up because they're golf shorts and they're new with tags, and they were $4.50. And I think the worst thing I'm going to get is $15 for shipping. And last blazer. Okay, this is great because the thrift store, Salvation, marks everything according to what they think it's worth. Now, they never mark blazers that high anyway, but if it's something like Burberry, they're like, oh, we'll mark it to 10 or 12, thinking that's a lot for this area, kind of. But they do not know Hickey Freeman, and they do not know Laura Piana. So whenever they get it, I mean, that's the full price of it. It's $6.99. So, I mean, that's absolutely fine. So it's a Hickey Freeman big coat. I don't know what the size is, but it's a nice size. Laura Piana material, which is fantastic. And it was $7. So the only thing I can tell you is I have a suit right now that's online, and it's the same thing, Hickey Freeman, Laura Piana. I sold it right away for like $80 or $90, and the guy returned it on my dime, saying, oh, the measurements were off a half inch over here, an inch over there, and just so I would have to pay all the shipping. And he was wrong. And I have it, and I was like, that's it, I want full price for this. So I put it's out for $170 now, and it's got, I think, like 6 watchers on it at that price. So this is great. Look out for those names. And like Hickey Freeman's good, but when you add Laura Piana to it, it's awesome. So this jacket, I don't know, maybe 70, 60, 70, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up, but it's gonna be up there. Okay, that's all I have in the blazers, and I have 2 more pairs of shoes. This is the first pair of Western boots. I mean, I've had Durango vintage cheap boots, but this is the first real pair of Western boots I picked up. They were, can you see? Yeah. It's Ariat boots. So I just picked up 5 pairs of jeans not that long ago. I think I sold all of them in like 5 days. They just went like crazy. I mean, it's a good brand. So I quickly looked up the boots. I didn't really have to because these are only $10. I knew they were going to go, but I was so curious in the store, and it looked like boots like this were going like 100 and up. So I'm hoping, I can't guarantee it, but I'm hoping it'll be like 100. Anything Ariat, I mean, if you're not comfortable just picking it up, definitely look it up because Ariat is a great, A-R-I-A-T, in case that didn't show. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. And the last thing I have is this really, what I find to be kind of an ugly shoe. with this square tip, and it was really weird looking, and that's why I did look it up. It looks like it's scratched, but that's actually something on the material, so I think I can get that off. So it's a wingtip, and it's made from, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm going to call it Moo because I don't know what else to say. It's Miu, Miu. And I never heard of this brand before. And when I looked it up, whoa, these shoes go for a lot of money. I was really, really surprised. They go for a lot of money. And I couldn't find anything like this, so finally I just typed in wingtip Moo. And the only thing that came up, it was more of a normal looking shoe than this one. This one looks a little weird. But the one that looked more normal, wingtip, was out for $500. So even if I got $100, I would be so happy. I don't know. But this, I'll show it again. This is what you want to look for, because this brand really looks pretty good. So, you know, you may want to even just like do some research on that. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for today. Okay, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope your sales are going great, and I will see you next time.